It's almost 6 p.m. I'm starving and I have no idea what we're gonna have for dinner, and there's nobody home except me and the dogs. So I'm tempted to just like, I don't know, eat leftovers, and I don't know what those guys are gonna eat, but we'll figure it out, right? Ooh. Got a shaky start there. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Trisha. Welcome to my channel. So over the years, I've been asked countless times about my career as a dental assistant. I think people in general are just curious about the dental field and what draws people into it. A lot of people can't believe that there are people like us out there in the world who enjoy working in other people's mouths. They're just like, that's so crazy. How can you do this all day? It's so gross. So I went ahead and compiled a list of several things that one should consider before pursuing a career in dental assisting. These are specific to dental assisting, not just the dental field, because there are multiple jobs in the dental field and we don't all do the same thing. Although we work as a machine, we all do different things that help that machine run smoothly. So today I'm focusing specifically on dental assisting. Obvi, number one thing that you should consider before pursuing a career in dental assisting is make sure that you aren't squeamish. So yes, you are going to see things that blow your mind. Wow. So just the other day we had somebody in, it hadn't even been that long since they've been seen, maybe 2 or 3 years, but this man had something that I've never seen before in my 19 years. I've seen it in the textbook, but he just had so much calculus. And if you don't know what calculus is, it's also known as tartar. It's that hard stuff that builds up on your teeth that the dental hygienist scrapes off when you come in for your cleaning. He had so much on the inside of his lower teeth that it was like, you see blood, you see pus, you see saliva, sometimes you see mucus. It's just, you see bone, surgeries, extractions, you see a lot of stuff, just nasty stuff too, like plaque, and I kind of enjoy it. So the second thing to consider is your personality. You have to have some kind of personality. Like, people are coming in for a service, yes, but they're also looking for a connection. They want to feel comfortable. Sometimes, believe it or not, they want to be entertained. So even if you're not in the mood, you got to fake it. You got to drink your coffee and get that energy and put on that smile. Even if you're just like, I hate you, you have to do it with a smile on your teeth. And you have to listen, especially the older people. They just want to talk, talk, talk. And you have to smile. Oh, really? Yeah, it's part of the job. Number 3, you must understand, especially if you're like me, type A, perfectionist, you have to understand that you're going to fail. Even with 19 years of experience, you're going to come across somebody who just, you can't get that x-ray. You need to ask for help. Or I've taken impressions thousands of times in my years, and you're going to come across somebody who you're going to have to ask for help. Or you're going to take an impression that the lab doesn't like. It's going to get sent back. You have to get them back for a redo. So it's a really hard thing to fail, but you're going to fail. So yeah, dentistry, there's no such thing as perfect. So it's a really difficult thing to deal with. I can't decide if I want the glasses or I don't want them. I don't typically wear them all the time, but I can see so much better with them on. But I don't love them. I don't like that glare, and I don't like having things on my face. I think I need to go with contacts. I think it's time. I think I'm of age. So I'm going to try to continue this without the glasses. I think we're on number 4. You must have the ability to work under pressure. So there are so many times throughout the day where it's just like whether it's the doctor right here Like seriously, standing behind your back, hovering over you, or just a patient that's difficult to manage. Throughout the day, you are going to be under pressure and you have to keep your cool. It's a really unique job. But seriously, I love my job. I hope that this list doesn't like deter anybody from pursuing it if they're interested. You just got to know what you're getting into, because a lot of dental assisting schools, they're not cheap. I went to one. For me, it was worth it, but I know a lot of girls who never continued. You have to have the right, it has to be the right fit. So yeah, just make sure you're into it. So the fifth thing is make sure you have the energy for it, and that being in a good physical shape is also a plus. So our office, we have 5 operatories. Every day I'm in every single one of those operatories for one reason or another. I get in tons of steps at work. I wear a Fitbit. I reach my goal almost every single day. And when I say about being in physically good shape is because sometimes you have to work in super awkward situations. So first, the doctor's going to make sure he's comfortable. That's number 1. Number 2, the doctor's going to make sure that the patient is comfortable. They come number 2. Number 3 is the dental assistant, and you never get asked, are you comfortable? You have to deal with their positions and work around that. So yeah, there are times that I'm seriously assisting on my tippy toes. If we're doing a procedure where we're standing, the doctor I work for is like 6'4". He's very tall, so he wants his chair up higher. I'm like a whole foot less than that. So sometimes I'm up on my tippy toes. So your calves, your muscles get tired. Sometimes I'm like leaning really awkward and my core is holding me up. So yes, being in good physical shape is a plus. It's not a must, but is definitely a plus. Number 6, it's so important that you have the ability to multitask and pay attention to detail. So I work for a pretty fast-paced office, and it is not uncommon for us to have a few patients in the office at a time. So you have to know who's here, what they're here for, what we're doing, where's the doctor, where am I supposed to be? So you're like, who's coming next? Who's in the waiting room? Who's at the front desk? Like, what's in front of me? So you're constantly like thinking about not just where you are at the moment, but the whole office. So for my job, I'm backing up front desk, and I'm also helping hygiene and the doctor and doing my own thing like in between. So it's a lot to keep track of in a day. It's also important to pay attention to detail, because when you are working with a patient, you have to, there are certain things that the doctor is going to rely on you for. You need to make sure you have the correct setup, the correct materials, the correct anesthetic. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot happening all at once. So number 7, having the ability to keep a poker face is definitely going to help you out as a dental assistant. So oftentimes you get a difficult to manage patient or somebody who just wants to talk about things that you're so uninterested in, but you have to keep that, you know, we're so happy you're here. Thank you for coming in. Even though you're like saying in between your teeth, like, you're so annoying, get out of my chair, you still have to smile and say, that's so interesting. Number 8, this kind of goes back to number 6. And this one is, if you stress out easily, this probably isn't the job for you. Meaning like, it's a lot to be able to multitask and pay attention to detail. And there are a lot of stressful moments, being a dental assistant, because you are relied on by a lot of people. If you're going to do your job well, it's stressful. So the doctor, if the doctor has a question, they're going to come to you. If the front office needs help, they're going to come to you. Hygienists, they don't know where anything's at, how anything works. If something is not like running super smooth, they're going to ask you. So I don't, there may be hygienists or doctors that are going to watch this video that are like, really? But this is how we feel as dental assistants, that like, you're kind of like the mom with 8 kids, like, you know, overwhelmed and I have so much to do. It's hard. Like, I'm a mom myself and I come home and I do the same thing at home. But yeah, there are a lot of stressful moments. I don't even know how to put it into words, but it's so stressful. I don't mean to be so dramatic, but seriously. But we have a lot of fun too. It's such a great balance of like fun and stress, and I truly love my job. I hope that people watch this video and they're like, yes, I want to be a dental assistant. This is not intended to like change anybody's mind. I just want everybody to come in with open eyes. That's it. Number 9, personal space. It does not exist. So when you're working chairside, you're so close to the patient and the doctor is right there. So what a lot of us say is that we work knee to knee with our doctors, meaning that, yeah, sometimes your knees are touching. And so like I mentioned earlier, my boss is pretty tall, so he has long legs, and these all kind of intertwine together. So because of that, sometimes I have to position myself very awkwardly because I need my personal space. I don't like other people to touch me. I'm not a hugger. So yeah, I don't want anybody touching me. So if doctor has his legs there, then I must like totally position myself so that my legs are not in the way, because I don't like that. But anyway, yeah. So doctor comes first wherever he wants his legs. Forget about it. You can't have your legs there. Sorry. Bye. Number 10, this is the last one. Having a good memory is a major, major plus. So in our office, I'm in charge of doing clinical notes for each patient. Sometimes we're like moving, our day is going, and I don't have time to do my notes. So I have to go back like at the end of the day or before lunch or whatever to do my clinical notes. So you have to, I mean, some people jot notes down and like keep their papers. I do that sometimes if it's a bigger, longer procedure where we're doing a lot of things. But for the most part, I rely on my memory. Like, what anesthetic did we use? What shades? Where's it going? Like, as far as labs, there's a lot to remember. I like to, and also sometimes we have patients with special needs. Like I mentioned earlier, some people need pillows. Or maybe I didn't mention that, but I thought about it. Some patients require pillows behind their head, so it's good to remember that. Oh, we remember these things. We remember who you're related to and what's going on in your life, and you just had a baby and it was a little girl. We remember these things. Even though sometimes we write them down, most of us actually remember it. So yeah. So there you have it, my list of things to consider before pursuing a career in dental assisting. So the purpose of this was not to change anybody's mind. It's actually meant to encourage people, but the right people, because so many people that I went to dental assisting school with, they are not in the profession any longer. You have to have the right traits in order to make this a successful career. Dental assisting, it's just such a wide range. You can work for a crappy doctor who's going to pay you next to nothing and expect so much from you, or you can work with a doctor who treats it like a career, gives you benefits, pays you well, treats you well. That's fortunately where I've landed myself, but you have to have what it takes to like meet those expectations to where he's willing to have you there. It works both ways. He's wanting a specific type of person and you're wanting specific things out of your job. So hopefully this was helpful to somebody who's just not sure or just wants more information. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer anything. So yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.